Hey, Josh. Yeah. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all, Josh is the first. The first, y'all. He's the first. Gotta get that man credit. Y'all come on in. I'm gonna give y'all time to come in. I supposed to be off today. Wednesday's my off day. But I got to go into my group on Facebook and these boys just on my mind, okay? So y'all come on in, hit the like button, get the likes up for me, yeah. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's shine some light on this case now. Now, y'all come on in. Now, y'all know now it's a private investigation going on, okay? It's a private investigation going on, okay? And the family, what y'all got to understand, listen, it's so much the family can say and do, y'all. But it's a lot we can do about this case, okay? It's a lot that we can say and do for the family in this case. Okay? So what we got to do, hey baby, we got to bring awareness to this case. This is our job. This is our job to do. We can't sit and complain about the family ain't telling us this and the family ain't telling us that. They can't, y'all. They cannot tell us. It's going to have to be us to keep this awareness of these babies out there. As if they were your sons or your nephew. Now, listen, we're going to get into the awareness of these boys. We got to keep the awareness. We got to talk about this, y'all. We can't just shut up because the family can't talk. Because it's a private investigation. But I tell you one thing, we sure can talk. We can talk. We can talk. Okay? Now, it's North Georgia volunteer firefighter was charged, but it was misdemeanors charge, okay? Y'all like, share, and subscribe to this channel and to this video, okay? This is for educating you all, criticism, and community purpose. If you're not here for that purpose, don't be here, okay? Because I want justice for these twins. Now, before we do anything, close that screen door and stop letting all them flies up in here. You know, we don't deal with flies. Now, the firefighter charged after he accused of sharing photos of the twins' brothers found unalive on a Georgia mountain. Now, first of all, you'll say to yourself, why in the H would he want to take a picture of some unalive children and send them to school? Send it to the nearest high school. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Think about it. Now, he needs to be thoroughly investigated. Now, he really do. And I'm gonna stay on his button. Here we go, right here. I don't even want to say his name. But he did more than that. Somebody sent him up there to take that picture. Ain't nobody done. Now, authorities say additional testing is needed. Now, we done been this time. Last time we heard from these folks was March 18 or 19. My birthday was in March. That's how I can keep up with this case. Now, this man right here on the screen right here is more guilty than anybody else. Now, let me tell y'all something. Think about it, y'all. Think about this. They try to call it something else, okay? They try to call it MS, okay? They try to call it MS, but we already know it's not no MS. Now, my son, I put the twins never got it got in the fist fight before. My son, I asked my son, "Have you and your brother ever got in the fight?" He said, "No," but he's a little older than my son, but they still brothers. But he said, "No, we ain't never got to fight." And I said, "Okay, so that can't be true." Now, y'all, these tests ought to be back. Now, realize now, before we get into anything, this is a strange situation. Now, a volunteer firefighter has been charged with obstruction, accused of taking photos of teenage twins' brother found unalive with gunshot wounds on a Georgia mountain. He have a misdemeanor charge, y'all. That ain't nothing. Now, y'all, I got a lot of questions. First of all, and I know y'all thinking like I'm thinking, we're gonna go through a timeline. We're gonna go through the timeline. We're gonna look at that. Now, what we're gonna do, y'all, we're gonna make some noise for this family. Because I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention. I've been going around to different places, see what the comments saying. Comments on the thing you all saying, God bless you, and I hope y'all get justice for the twins and all that. And like, we got to do more than that. We, on our part, we got to do more than that. Because we can do more for the family than they could do for them. And you say to yourself, well, Anita, how are we going to do that? I tell you what, we can make more noise than they can, because this is a private investigation. Now, look, y'all, it's only 3 days. It's a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday, okay? The boys supposed to have been on a Boston trip on that Friday morning at 7 o'clock, which threw me off, because I knew them boys were going to miss that flight, because I thought about young boys don't like to get up early in the morning. Some do, but some don't. They got to get up real, real early to catch that flight. And you know how boys, y'all got boys, women, y'all got those who got boys. Y'all know they be dragging, especially when you got to drive from Lawrenceville 50-something miles. Okay? Now look, y'all. We're going to put some awareness, and we're going to keep their name out there. Because if we take their name out of the media, then they're going to shut it down, okay? So the family can't do this. We got to do it, okay? So let me tell you this. Thursday, they was over to their aunt's house, having a great time, enjoying their aunt, eating popcorn, watching movies, playing, acting silly around their aunt. They love their aunties. Allegedly, they left there, supposed to went straight home. Allegedly. Now, these young folks, so I don't know. Because young folks do, you know how young people are, especially they boys. Do they have girlfriends? Do they have girlfriends they want to check out before they leave? Or did they catch the girlfriend, boyfriend, ex-boyfriend over there? What did they see? Something happened from the time they left from auntie house to the mother house, y'all. We got to keep the awareness out there now. Allegedly, they supposed to went home to their stepmom's house. Now, what's throwing me off when they say, I just want to say this. What's throwing me out when they said stepmom's house? Ain't that the father's house? I don't care nothing about the father being in, just because somebody had a stroke that we can't say that that's their father house. And that's that. I asked a question. Isn't that their father's house? So why is it come be they was over to their father's house? I'm just curious about that. If somebody can straighten that up for me, make me feel good about it, make me feel good. Because that, if that was my father, he was in a wheelchair, that's still my father. And he can speak well to me. He speaks okay. I can understand him when he speaks. Now, he had a stroke. Now, he had a stroke a little bit, not just when they happened to the boys, a little bit before. He wasn't always had a stroke. So my thing was, the stepfather, not the stepfather, but the father caught some stress down the road. And y'all got to realize that they don't speak on the father. Okay? I don't know what the dad and fathers was into. What causes stress? What causes stroke? Stress causes strokes. Okay? Now, the stepmother, it was told that the stepmom said the boys left at 3 a.m. on Friday morning. Y'all know how it is after 12 o'clock, it's turned into the mornings. So they left at 3 o'clock a.m. That's what she said. Did she see them leave at 3 a.m.? What make her think they left at 3 a.m.? Okay. Was anybody over there? Did they have any company over there? Was anybody over there at 3 a.m.? Now, I'm going to tell you the trick in the toss and turn to this. GBI agreed with the stepmama at first. Don't forget, they got the cell phone. The cell phone bing somewhere. Those cell phones like bing, 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 bing. So the cell phone told the GBI that the boys left at 11 p.m. So who do we supposed to believe? Now they got our mind messed up because they the one got the cell phone. They got our mind messed up. They want us to think, don't believe the stepmama. That's what it's saying. They saying that GBI trying to say that they didn't leave at 3 o'clock a.m. Okay? Somebody got the time wrong. But the GBI say they left at 11 p.m. Now, if the stepmama, if the stepmother, what make her say 3 a.m.? How she know they left at 3 a.m.? What, she was awakened? They woke her up when they left. There was no luggage found. So they're going to take me to 11 p.m. At 11 p.m., I'm going to need y'all help because I'm going to drop that link. We're going to have to talk about this. Now, at 11 p.m., GBI said that they left at 11 p.m. That's telling me that they didn't even make it to the airport. That means they what? They missed their whole flight. Now, first of all, what were they doing that morning, the Friday morning, after they missed their flight? What were they doing that morning? Now, look, y'all. Why was it important for them to go to Boston? Why was that trip so important? It couldn't have been that important because they didn't make it. How we know they even started to go that route? How do we know? How do we know? But guess what? They can look on the cameras and tell. GBI can tell on the camera where they seen their car. They can do that, y'all, here in Georgia. They can look on the cameras. We got cameras everywhere. Half on work, some do, some don't. Now, if those young twins, if the twins left at 11 p.m. Where were they all day Friday? Where did they spend all day Friday since the stepmama say they left at 3 a.m.? Why is the time changed? Why did the time change? GBI said that they agreed with her at first when she said 3 a.m. But they got more information than she do. They got the cell phone. So you got to ask yourself, why did she say 3 a.m.? Did they tell her they were going to leave at 3 a.m. and she just said 3 a.m.? They left out the house. Did they leave out the house? See, we got to have the truth. Did they leave out the house? Okay. It was told to us that they left out at 11 p.m. So what were they doing in the early part of in the morning on Friday? Okay. Because that's telling me that they missed a flight. The airport not but 50-something miles from them. From Lawrenceville. Going south. But if they left at 11 p.m., they missed their flight, y'all. They missed their flight. It wasn't no use for them going out there to Hartsfield Airport. Now you got to ask yourself, so we miss our flight. Are we going to drive to Boston? Some people, they'll drive 12 hours because I don't know how many hours it is from there. But we can find out. And by the way, let's find out. Let's find out. We ain't got nothing but time. Let's do this, y'all. From Lawrenceville. Let's do it like this. Let's find out. We ain't gonna be talking. We're gonna find out some stuff today. We're gonna find out. We're gonna do the investigation for them because they can't say nothing. The family can't talk. Okay. How far? Let me make sure y'all can see this. Let me make sure y'all can see this. So y'all can see. Here we go. Yeah, y'all can see. Look, y'all. So I looked up since I don't know. I looked up there. I put it up here. I'm going to say drive. If they drove, it is 16 hours. Y'all see that right there. If they drove about Boston, it's 16 hours. If they caught the train, it's going to be 22 hours. If they ride the bus, it's going to be 20 hours. So let's see what happened if they caught the plane. And I'm surprised the plane ain't on here. Let's put the plane. So it's going to be 16 hours. Remember that, y'all. Let's say they're going to fly. I wonder would it show me if they flew. Okay, I'm waiting on it to come up. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me go back. So what we're gonna do if I can't see how far they gonna fly? Well, they fly is it doesn't matter because they missed their plane, so it's not showing me that. So at least we know it's gonna take those boys 16 hours to get to Boston. They got to go past. Look, y'all, let me show y'all this. Look at that. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Hold on. Let me see, can I make this big? And the reason why I wonder did they drive? Not did they decided to drive is because of this right here. They missed their flight. Okay, I don't know. Now look, y'all. If you look at the schedule right here, you got Lawrenceville right here, and they got to come past North Carolina. Okay, I'm just trying to get. We'll put the awareness to it, so we can have some understanding. Okay. Okay. They go Lawrenceville. They got to go past South Carolina. They got to go past North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Washington, New York, and they're going to be up in Boston. Guess what, y'all? They had to go past what? North Carolina. They went through North Carolina. So look, if the boys miss, they like, man, we ain't gonna be able to catch the flight, so we might well go and start driving. But they don't have no luggage in the car, y'all. Okay. If they decide to drive, this is the way they're gonna have to go past North Carolina. Okay? They're gonna have to go past North Carolina. Now, what throwing me off is if the stepmother is right, if they got up late, they drove. They tried to drive. They probably stopped through North Carolina, but it's still in the morning. Now, if they left the house at 11 p.m., it still won't put them on that mountain because the mountain is shut, closed. I don't understand. My thing is this, y'all. Look, because we're going to put the awareness on this thing today. If the old boys left out their house at 11 p.m. Friday, just like GPI said, the mountain is closed. The gate is locked. They can't get in there. Think about it. Whoever opened and closed that gate can give us more information than anybody out there. Because they had to see the car there when they closed. They had to see the car there when they opened it, because it's open at 8 o'clock. So what y'all telling me that the boy woke up that morning and went to the mountains? That's not what GPI said. GPI said they left the house at 11 p.m. So they look like they hung around in the house. What's going on at the house? What's going on at the stepmama house? She can tell us more than that. See, that's why they don't want y'all. That's why they don't want to talk. This they can't talk as it's a private investigation. Something happened at that house. Something in that house. Something in that house. Something about that house, y'all. And the reason why I said it because that's where they supposed to have went when they left the sister house. They supposed to went to Lawrenceville. And GPI said that they didn't leave the house until Friday night. Even if they were going through, now I'm gonna tell you something. They can't even stop through North Carolina, through I about to say sundown. They can't stop up through that little area, period, right there, to get no gas and then because them folk gonna look at them like they crazy. I know y'all ain't here getting no gas this time of night. Do y'all know where y'all are? Now, if that happened, then they spend the night on somebody's house up in the mountain. But if they left at 3 o'clock a.m., somebody lying. Somebody ain't telling us the truth with the time. Somebody not telling us the truth with the time. Because if they left at 3 a.m., they had plenty of time to leave. They had plenty of time to leave to catch their flight. Now, if I want to believe the stepmama, They would have caught their flight. But y'all gotta think about this. Now they rich? Are they rich little boys? And the reason why I say that because they must have some money. Because they about to leave that car park when they supposed to. My thing is we don't have a timeline. When they supposed to go and when they supposed to come back. The whole time the twins thought they was already in. Somebody lying to the twins. Samaya, somebody lying to them about the time. Because they only going by what they say. Now, little GBI, we got to find out when did the uncle find out because he in law enforcement or something like that. When did the uncle find out the boys was missing? If them boys on top of that mountain, y'all, on top of that mountain, I don't know what they doing over there, but they do have uh 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 different colors of people that goes to their graduated from their high school. Okay, I don't know majority or not or what, but they may know what Bear Mountain. And then, like I said, if they caught the, but if they caught, they probably it, some ain't right. Some still ain't right. Okay, something still bothering me, and what bothered me is Friday. And y'all notice we've been talking about Fridays for a long time. Friday is the key to this thing. Cause Friday is gonna take us until Saturday. Look, y'all, how long them boys been alive? We don't even have no autopsy. How we know the boys weren't unalive Friday? Early Friday morning. And then nobody climbed the mountain that day. How we know they weren't out there then? Somebody was out there. Somebody heard them shots because they live out there. Now, let's go to the farm. So now we know that Boston is 16 hours. And they do have to come right here through North Carolina. They do have to come through North Carolina to get to Boston. Okay? But they left us with no timeline. Now, let me tell y'all something. The family can't tell us everything. Because it's going to, what y'all call to intervene with the it's going to take away from their investigation. So let's not get mad with the family. Let's not get angry with the family because it is a private investigation. They do have a private investigator, y'all. But they can't talk about this. We can. Okay, here we go. Let's go to this. Let's go right here. Let me turn the music off. Let's go right here. So we know it's 16 hours if they drove. I'm having a hard time believe what time they left the house. If they left at 11 p.m. out their house, which I'm not going to go with, but that's supposed to be the investigator. That's who I'm supposed to go with. But if we're going to go with, 11 p.m. that they left their house, the mountain one open. The mountain was closed. Okay, so let me put them up here. Hold on. Let me put my boys up here. Put my boys up here. Okay. Okay. I'll put this up. I'll put this one up for y'all. Okay, let's put them over there. mean? It's StreamYard. And I tried it. It's look like every night. It look like at night. The night crew ain't right. Come on now. Please, I'm paying for this. Okay. We got people watching this. Okay. Yeah, that's their mother right there. So some of y'all want to see the mother. This is their mother right here. Let me make sure that's their mother right there. A lot of y'all, I want to see the mother. I want to see the mother. That's their mother right there.
Did he give a reason for that? No, it was no reason. There was no reason for any of this. Nothing like just wasn't making any sense. Before they went off to the airport, like did anything happen in the days or hours or even weeks before they left their trip? Well, having a normal night, having fun, watching TV, eating popcorn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I hit that, hold on for a minute. I did that, y'all. But anyway, y'all. She's saying the same thing I said about they eating popcorn and everything. Let me put it on this. Okay.
A volunteer firefighter arrested accused of taking a picture of the crime scene showing the bodies of twin brothers who've been shot to death at the top of a mountain and then sharing those pictures. That's right. So the hiker found 19-year-old Kadir and Nazir Lewis at Bell Mountain in Towns County. The GBI initially labeled the shooting as a murder-suicide. However, the family first reported
why they think something sinister to them? Ain't that their house was in Bell Mountain? That's what they talking about. Okay, I got a question. I'm gonna put it back right here. Our question is, it goes back to what was those twins early Friday morning? If they ain't never heard of Bell Mountain, did they stop through Bell Mountain? Let me ask y'all something. When they got up after they don't miss their flight, did they try to drive to Boston and went through Bell Mountain early that morning? Because they opened up at 8 o'clock. Okay? They parked their car and everything. What did they run into early that morning? What did they run into early that morning? Because they don't know where Bell Mountain is. What, you think they was guided? Have y'all ever thought about they was guided to the mountain? You know how you could stop through a place and say you be friendly and everything, and you. That's why you need to know where you're going. That's why you need to pick up that phone and talk to your family. A lot of young people don't like to tell their mom where they going. Not just them older people. I don't care if you're in your 30s and 40s. You still need to let your family member tell somebody where you're going. Now this him telling me that somebody gave them the mixed information to the mountain. And it sounds like them boys been unalive since Friday. It seemed like them boys been unalive since Friday. But their body wasn't found. Hikers now, don't forget, now hikers found a body. So were they already unalive Friday morning, Friday evening, Friday afternoon, and they discovered their body Saturday morning? But you got to ask yourself, if hikers out there, somebody heard something. Somebody heard the gunshot. Y'all know up there in the mountain said, pow, 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 pow. It's like an echo. Sinister. The devil. Worshiping the devil. Because it's not making sense. Even I'm trying to get them benefits of the doubt, y'all. We're going to have to put this out there. We're going to have to put this out there. I'm trying to get them the benefit of the doubt. If they left out of there at 11 p.m., the mountain closed. That's on a Friday. What teenager got a key to that gate? Who daddy, granddaddy gave the teenagers the key to the gate? Who is the gate man that the teenagers out there at the mountain partying? How we know they ain't partying out there on the mountain at that time of night? How do we know what goes on? It's a sundown place and it's Friday night. They could have made fun of them boys that whole Friday and Saturday. We got to get rid of them because they know us. They know who we are. That's what it's telling me, that the people who did this to them know them. They got to know them. Because why would they do that? Now, a lot of people now, I'm about to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. Hold on, y'all. Camper acting up. Come here, Camper. Come here. Look, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna give the people who believe that this is a MS. I'm gonna give y'all respect. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt. Hold on, y'all. It's just so much going on when I get on live. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna give the people. It's gonna come up in a minute, y'all. I'm gonna give the people the benefit of the doubt, to the people who think that they did this to themselves. Okay? Can I tell you a little secret about this situation? They ain't have to go on top of a mountain and do this. They ain't have to go on top of the mountain. They didn't even leave a letter. They ain't leave a text. Only thing we don't know that they so far that they not telling us now. But I'm gonna give it y'all the benefit of the doubt because a lot of people, and I got to respect them. I got to respect what the people is thinking. These people, some people think that they did it to themselves. Some people don't think they did this to themselves, and some people just lost. We cannot get upset with each other because some people think like this, some people think like that. That's how thinkers do. They gonna think differently. Now, they wouldn't have did it there, y'all, to themselves. They didn't have to go there. So that's why I'm looking at it as I'm not gonna say they wrong, they ain't gonna say they right. But it seemed like it was forced. But I don't know. From what the family saying that they are happy, they got a future plan. See, anybody have a future, don't think that sometimes when they stress and got the future is different. But they ain't started stressing yet. They were gonna open their own clothes line, y'all. They were gonna go to college. I want to know what kind of car they have. Because at first I thought they called Uber. And then when we started talking about cars, then the cars started popping up in the scene. They listened to us and said, oh, now I ain't talking about the family. The narrative listened to us talking about a car. I didn't know they had a car, but they had to get out to their sister house, right? They 19 years old, they're old enough to drive. So they had to go to their sister house, leave their sister house, not their sister, auntie house. Now, my question is, if they have done this to they said they wouldn't been laying like they was laying on the mountain. Now I saw the picture. It's too perfect. Allegedly they didn't find a gun. They have to find a gun. So that's the dumbest thing to tell people that it wasn't no gun. It's not a murder, it's not a murder S if you don't have a gun. So was they placed there? If you don't have a gun, were the twins placed there? See y'all, sinister. All we know, they could have brought them boy body up to the mount, and it could have happened at another destination. Who are the group of boys that they hang with? What kind of boys do they hang with? Friends ain't popped up yet. They are handsome boys. I know they got plenty of women. And they look like they said they fool with certain one. Some female, ain't no females in the picture, ain't no males in the picture, ain't no social media in the picture, and you can't ask to be mad at the police's car. If y'all looking for answer from that sundown county, you're not gonna how y'all gonna do an investigation there in a sundown county, and that's their county, that's a town, that's their town. It's gonna be a cover up. Well, how you gonna get? We know we're gonna pray that they get answers. We're gonna pray that they get answers, but I hope they get answers. If GBI do we don't fall in the trap, but we should know something by now. But it's private, so I got the problem. I got a problem with Friday time. I got a problem when they came. Did they ever make it to the stepmama house, or she think they made it there? Why they not sleeping? They don't drink. They don't smoke. Do anyone got a white girlfriend, a Chinese girlfriend? I hate to say this stuff like that, but it got to, do they have anybody got a white boyfriend or what? They don't, somebody knows something. Because if the old boys do, I'm on the reason why I'm going to say it's strange because it's two different things going on. If the stepmama said the first time that they left out, if the twins said that stepmama said she left it, they left at 3 a.m. Why shouldn't we believe her? If they left at 3 a.m., why did them boys did not want to go to Boston? Why didn't they want to go to Boston, y'all? If they was excited to go to Boston, don't you know young people don't miss out on nothing? They were going to see their friends. What kind of friends are these? Well, they got to get on the plane and go see them. Hmm.
From their home in Lawrenceville. The GBI initially labeled the shooting as a murder-suicide. However, the
How? Ain't no however. It's no however. How are they gonna say it's a MS if we don't have a gun? You got to have a gun to say it's MS. So y'all have a gun then. If y'all don't have a gun, it didn't happen there, and they didn't do it. Now, the family believes something more sinister. Why did they say sinister? Evil. They religious. Somebody try to rob them boys. It ain't right, y'all. It's thrown off. It's thrown off. This don't make no sense at all. If they trying to get away from something, I don't believe it happened. If they don't have a gun, I don't believe it happened up there on that mountain. I believe it happened somewhere else and they were brought up to that mountain. But for the people who think that they went to a mountain and to do that, they could have went to Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain right next door to them. They could have did that in their car. They had to go on that mountain.
something more sinister happened to the twins. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn first reported the family's concerns on Friday. He spoke with them again tonight following the arrest of this firefighter. Cody's live for us tonight in the newsroom. And Cody, the family is reacting to what's really a disturbing development. That's right, Jennifer and Ron. Obviously, they are disgusted by all of this. Now, we don't know just how many people shared this horrific picture of the twins' dead bodies, but tonight I confirmed with the Towns County schools that the had shared among students. It's scary. I'm like literally scared.
The thing is, they sharing it. They sharing it. Y'all, if they share, let me ask y'all something. If they share those pictures, where are the pictures? Who got the pictures? If once you share pictures, it's out there. It's on the line. If they shared the picture, Who would share pictures with high school students? Would tell me that it was high school student that used. I'm gonna tell you what allegedly might have happened. You know the fireman. The fireman got some young nephews or got some young sons. Hey, Judge, the allegedly the fireman, the volunteer fire got some nephews or some young teenage sons, and they let them open up that gate and have a good time that Friday. And he's an alcoholic, probably alcohol properly, and and them boys told him what the scariest thing is. School wasn't even in on Saturday morning. When did they get those pictures? When did they get those pictures? Think about it. School was in Friday, right? When did the kids get in? He took the pictures Saturday up on the mountain. Because that's what the hiker said. He took the pictures Saturday. And the body was found at 11 a.m., y'all. Think about it. School was out Saturday morning. When did they get them done pictures? Did they get it Friday? No, they couldn't. They had to get it Monday. So that means that when that man took the picture that he took, he see the hikers told him. We weren't supposed to know. The hikers told that he took them pictures. So what he did was expose the picture to his nephews and his sons or somebody, some teenagers, over the weekend. And the teenagers got it, put it in their phone, they shared it to the school. That was a message to the school, the children in the school, because it didn't get on TikTok. It didn't get on Instagram, Twitter's. How in the world did they stop it? But it's a lot of people got that video though. It's a lot of people got that video. You can't. Only thing I don't like, and I want to tell Twin, don't ever be afraid. Don't never be scared. Don't never tell nobody you're scared. You scared to go on the media, social media, because you're gonna see the pictures. No, me, I wants to see the picture, how you left mine. That's just how country is. I'm a country woman. I want to see the picture I want to see how y'all left my daughter or my sons. I wants to see the picture. Because that picture is gonna tell me a whole lot I could tell the people. Without me seeing that picture, I don't know what to tell the people. It's gonna hurt me. Of course, it's supposed to hurt me. Because but I'm gonna get justice for my family. So I want y'all to know what's going on. I bet one thing, it would have made a lot of noise. It would have made a lot of noise if everybody seen that picture. It would have made a lot of noise. That means that it would have brought a lot of awareness out. It would have had a lot of people talking. Just like they got the two boys at the high school. Like they got them talking. You can't have the people start the talking and collect GoFundMe and then shut them up. It's not good. That's not good. That's why I'm trying to keep the awareness out there, because now that the family got that private investigator, they can't talk. They can't talk. They can't talk to us now. We got to talk. When I look at the social media now, I keep up with Yasmin. I keep up the one in the pink and white. I keep up with them. I keep up with her. They are some beautiful people on the inside. She said we can't put too much out there, Lanita. We can't put nothing out there like that because it's a private investigation. And I look at the comment, I hear everybody talking about God this and God that. Now, why we ain't got that picture? The school got it. Young children is young kids. That picture's still out there.
To actually go on social media, I'm scared to pick up my phone. I'm like, because if I see that picture,
You know, the thing is, y'all got to be strong for the twins. It's two of them. You got to be strong for them. You got to be strong for them. You got to be strong for them. You need to see the picture. You need to see the picture. Y'all need to see the picture to let y'all know how they left y'all kinfolks. And that will make y'all fight harder. That will make y'all fight harder for them. See, when you ain't seen nothing, you ain't fighting that hard. But when you see it, it'll make you fight harder. Now I know the mother now. The mother, y'all got to be strong for the mother. Of course, the mother, I can understand the mother, but I'm talking about y'all. Where's the father's side to this? Where's the father's side? Because the daddy seemed like he a religion man the way he throw his hand up, like across his chest. Y'all gonna need some men, and if women, we can't do everything. We need that power of these men. We got to add, y'all got to. Where is the twins' father side? To look, let me see the pictures. Let me see how y'all got my nephew them out there. You ain't got to show them mama, but I'm the one of them mama that want to see. I want to see what you did to my sons. Them my babies. And then they're gonna make me fight even harder. Right now, it's not making me fight any hard. Now we know the mom. We ain't talking about the mom, talking about y'all.
mother see that, like, that would really destroy her. She's already going through a lot.
This is how the family of Kaidira.
Did you hear what she said? She said, they mother already going through a lot. They said the mother going through a lot. Do you know what that say to the boys? Do you know what that say to the boys? I ain't paid that no attention the first time, 5 or 6 times I looked at the video. She said the mother already going through a lot. She going through a lot. What that gonna tell sons about their mom? They don't like to see their mom going through a lot, because it's gonna stress them out. Collins Hills High is a school that they go to. Racism in that school. Racism, we ain't gonna never get rid of racism, y'all. So stop acting like it's a surprise thing. It's nothing new to this. It's nothing new to being racist is in racism. It's nothing new. It's been here. It ain't going nowhere. They just respecting y'all. But y'all need to mind y'all being, they need to mind their business over there. It ain't never went nowhere. I don't know why in the world y'all think it went somewhere. It ain't never went nowhere.
Want to remember the twins. However, now worried knowing crime scene photos showing the 19-year-old bodies with a gunshot wound have been shared outside of law enforcement.
It's very disrespectful to this family. I feel like our privacy was invaded.
The volunteer firefighter accused of taking the picture, charged and arrested.
The firefighter was sent to take picture of them. Allegedly. Everything I say is allegedly, but that's common sense. What firefighter take picture of people like that? I'm gonna tell you something. Teenagers told him to take picture of them boys. That's how they got into school. Teenagers told him to do that. Come on, y'all. Y'all can smell young folks. I smell young folks. I smell boys they age in 12th graders. This is fun and funny to them. How could you do that though? But when you see, if you're a volunteer firefighter, you don't seem worse about it than theirs. So what I'm saying is that means that he did that for somebody young. Hey man, go back up there, uncle. You don't know if he got any younger brother or whatever nephew. Okay, hey, daddy. Can you go up down? Can you go up the mountain and see them boys still up there and take a picture of them so we'll know that you got them? Cause we're gonna be in trouble. It's a circle of them allegedly, y'all. I just see a circle of people. I don't understand this don't make no sense because how in the heck this gonna happen on the day they supposed to be going to Boston on a Friday? And then they ain't got no social media out there. Everybody got social media. I'm a grandma and I got social media. I'm all on social media. I can't find nothing but them boys on social media.
Their aunt and uncle can't make sense of it. The twins missed their flight to Boston Friday morning, March 7th.
And next thing you know, we hear the news about them found in the mountains. So we'll see.
I'm trying to look at the uncle's expression. I'm looking at uncle expression and I'm just looking at y'all expression. Let me back that up. Cause he the one called. He the one. I think he work a fireman or officer or something like that. He worked. Well, he called them. He called them. He called. Yeah, I think he the one called them. I seen some more men in their family. Y'all got to ask yourself, how close is the family? How close is the family? Why the father side not? If the father been taking care, we're gonna put some awareness to this thing. Cause ain't nobody talking about us and some more folks trying to talk. I like that. But look, what about the father side of the family? He went to Morehouse. I know he know a lot of people. Why his family not on the TV? Why is it just them? The daddy raised them. The biological daddy, they stayed with the biological dad. Why his side of the family? These folks make me think that they got a big family. And they ain't doing good with each other. They disassociate themselves. Why the twins staying with their daddy? They say their mama going through a lot. Only way the kids be over there with their daddy is cause they need their guidance when they were young. Cause daddy just had a stroke. What stressed that man out? Now his son's unalive. He didn't die. He ended up in a wheelchair. Did something happen to the father to where they wanted him gone? Somebody wanted him gone and he didn't go. He's still alive. So let's get them twins. It's so much going on in this thing. It seemed like a unsolved murder case. If you ain't got no guns, y'all, it's a murder case.
You know, we hear the news about them twins, mountain. This doesn't make sense.
The twins, Mountain, it doesn't make sense. The twins, the Mountain, the twin, the Mountain, it don't make sense. Hmm. See, I like how she looking like, no, something, this suspicious. This suspicious to them. Why the boys, this happened to those boys. This is suspicious to their own aunts. Because they knew they wouldn't do this. Why they waiting till them boys got out of high school? That's why I know some high school children who graduated from them and still either former seniors behind them. I think it's a group of them people that they've been hanging with in this. This they group of people that they hanging with. And like I said, we got in Lawrenceville, it's variety at that school, Collin High School, it's majority whites. So they're gonna know some people. What happened? You'll be surprised at who don't like you when you graduate from high school and you hang with them. You ain't staying with mama no more, daddy no more. So you ain't got them to look over you no more. You ours now. That's what it seemed like.
We didn't believe that that was even them.
And then
Yeah.
Bell Mountains, I'm like, no one even, we never heard of before. And I know the twins never been there before. They never heard of before. I'm like, that was super strange. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
How they gonna do that? How you gonna say murder S and y'all say y'all didn't find no gun? Why y'all making it look like these boys got mental health issues? That's what you saying. Them boys didn't look like they got no mental health issues to me. They smiling. They always happy.
That can't be the case.
Doesn't make any sense.
See, see, they even say it don't make sense. They saying what we saying, y'all. They are saying what we saying. It doesn't make sense. If it don't make sense, what it means? Somebody else did it. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense to us. I just want to know what the daddy side of the family saying. That's all I want to know. What his father's side of the family he is saying. They are saying over there.
Out of character. Yes.
Their bodies found 90 miles from their home in Lawrenceville.
They don't even like driving. The distance.
Uh-oh. They don't like driving. Okay, Lanita, you got to take this back right here. You got to take that back right there, Lanita. 16-hour drive. They won't do this, Lanita. No. So it's 16 miles from Lawrenceville to Boston. No, they didn't drive. They threw that out. Wait, y'all, they threw that out. They threw that off. They don't like to drive, so we got to throw that away. See, y'all, we got to figure this case out ourselves because they can't talk no more. It's private. Now, They giving us questions. They giving us answers, some answers. Okay. The boys don't even like to drive. If I know that they don't like driving no Bell Mountain, they weren't gonna drive no 16 hours. That's out. That's out. Lanita, they didn't drive, Lanita. So why the heck they in North Carolina? Who do they know in North Carolina? And if they was up there with a white girl, they sure enough was in trouble. They don't like to pay for gas, y'all. They don't like driving. They don't like to pay for gas. So that means that did they have gas in their car when they left? They go to the mountain. Did they not mountain? Did they have gas in the car? Man, this Friday is killing me, y'all. Friday is getting to me. Friday is because they supposed to be on the plane Friday. So you mean they didn't go? They didn't go, huh? Cause they disputing what the stepmama said. If the stepmama looked at that clock, she ought to know if they left. Who else? And something seemed like somebody else in their house. Somebody around them boys. Somebody around them boys. I ain't stupid. Somebody around them boys. Somebody around them boys. Somebody, I don't know, was somebody in the stepmama house. I don't know. Somebody covering somebody up. Somebody covering somebody up. Because they don't like to drive. And they 90 miles to South Carolina. What were they doing up in North? Let me say in North Carolina. What they doing up there? And they don't like to drive. Did somebody take those boys up there, y'all? From the house? Did somebody take them boys up there from the house? Or uncle or old friend or somebody they work, somebody work with something they do, somebody take them out of there. And whoever did it know about the mountain. Because they took them there. Oh, we know. They could have brought the body there.
Extremely protective of one another.
Every time you see them, they're like, together all the time. All the time.
And there's probably nothing in your head you can imagine that got between them that would lead to a murder suicide.
Nah, them boys love each other. Them boys don't even fight. Them boys love each other. That's what they not gonna take from me. From what they talking, them boys, this a level. Those are some. They got some haters. They got some haters. They got some haters. I don't know if somebody ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-cousin, somebody ex-wife, or some ain't right, y'all. Some ain't right. Or they trying to make Bell Mountain look bad. Or they work with the person. You know, they clean the person house up there, or they do something. They know the family, or somebody who they got. I seen with the balloon release. I seen another color out there. I mean, somebody can be jealous. Somebody jealous of them boys. Somebody don't like them boys. They didn't want them to go to Boston. They didn't want them to go to Boston.
If they had a problem that severe, we would know the family.
Definitely.
The Towns County volunteer firefighter.
She said if they had any problems, they would have told them. Definitely.
Taking the picture, Scott Curlin was charged with misdemeanor obstruction. Tonight, the attorney for Towns County told me there are no cameras at Bell Mountain.
Y'all ain't gonna get no answer from no Towns County. How y'all gonna do an investigation and it happen up there on their mountain? What kind of investigation? Y'all ain't got, we ain't got the forensics from the autopsy. We ain't got nothing. Family probably have, but we ain't gonna hear nothing about this. Because it ain't gonna be no answers. You're gonna get more of a cover-up than you get anything. Attorney of Towns County told us it ain't no camera. Got to be some cameras somewhere. Y'all got a whole mountain area out there. Y'all don't know when somebody gonna jump out that mountain. Y'all ain't got no camera up there in that flag pole. I bet y'all got a drone somewhere. I bet somebody's sitting at home watch the whole thing. Y'all know how you can have a camera set up at your house in on that job? Man, it's a camera out there somewhere. If they were driving, it's a camera on the street.
He said the area is not staffed. The gate to Bell Mountain opens.
Gate. Who closes the gate? Cody. Who opened up the gate and who closed the gate? Who opened up the gate at 8 and go home and come back and close it at 6? We know they could have been on the live for 2 days. A day and a half. Got their car locked in there. I think whoever closed that gate, I think they were teenagers. I don't think that the person who opened that gate and locked that gate is the person who responsible, have a job, open up a gate and lock it. I don't believe it's the same person. And the reason why I say that because they saw their car out there. Unless somebody else was out there with them. It was more than their car locked up in there. But how they get out? Because they got the key, allegedly. Now let's look at this. Okay, so I'm going to X this out. I'm going to X this out. I'm going to X that they did not catch the train or nor the bus. They're not going to drive because they don't like driving. Okay, so you can take that out. Let's subtract that. Okay, the fireman exposed the picture because his nephew, his cousin, I'm saying, go on up there and take a picture of that. Uncle, go on up there. Take the picture up there on them boys. Then come on, man. You got to do that for us. Okay. And let's see this. I think we already seen, but let's look at it.
Tonight, a murder-suicide investigation in Georgia, leaving a distraught family with more questions than answers.
We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
Police say twin brothers Kydir and Nasir Lewis were found dead by this month. The brothers, weeks away from their 20th birthday, each got wounds. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which says their preliminary investigation reveals the deaths to be a murder suicide.
We knew right away that wasn't true.
But their relatives rejecting that characterization by police, saying the boys were close and had no history of conflict.
They're very protective of each other. I can imagine them hurting each other.
March 7th from Lawrenceville on March 8th. Their bodies were in an area their relatives believe they had never visited.
Out there. They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even there.
Over the weekend, authorities saying autopsies have been released because further forensic tests if a gun was found at the scene or investigation is active and ongoing. We're back.
They had used to do anything like this. Something.
It don't make sense. Well, I think that a news conference. We need some, but y'all just better pray that the GBI give y'all some answers. Better hope that they give y'all some answers. And the reason why I say that is because Town County sure ain't. Town County ain't gonna give y'all no information. Shoot, that's their county. What they gonna tell on their county for? And then the mountain not staff either. I ain't never heard that. That means there's somebody on the hill. What they say, y'all? The house on the hill. But I'm gonna show you how I'm looking. I'm gonna give you the grandmama look. Something ain't right. And what them girls say? It don't make no sense. Y'all, we're gonna keep awareness on these people name. We're gonna put that pressure on them. Which Town County doesn't care? But if everybody can put a little awareness on their channel about this right here, the more these folks see right now, these people think y'all don't care. See, we need to stop texting the family saying, oh, may the Lord this and may the Lord that and this and this. We need to make noise on our YouTube. We need to share this awareness on Nazia and Kadir Lewis. We don't need to be haters. We need to do this. Even the ones who got channels. I know y'all got to have a channel because y'all putting comments. Take an article. Take out what I did that some of you already seen and make something out of it. That's what we got to do for their family, y'all. So don't be angry with the family because you don't have no noise and you don't. It's a private investigation, okay? Only people can make noise is who? Us. Okay? I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Like and share this video. Like and share this video. We need to like and share each other's video and put some light on this. Y'all putting light in everything on what's the little boy name? Anthony and Metcalf, the track and field boys. Y'all better wake up, people, because this ain't gonna be the only time. Y'all better wake up. These people see y'all sleep. Y'all hear me talking like this, then you run. Because you don't want to hear real talk. This is real talk right here. This ain't just start happening, it been happening. I ain't gonna change. Ain't no changing in my game. I always been down to earth and being for real. I'm gonna put it out real. I ain't gonna talk no proper language. Don't get y'all these children nowhere. Y'all gotta talk real to these children. These boys need justice. Y'all on the family. I hear a lot of y'all talking about the family. Down in the family. Leave them alone. When it's time for them to talk and tell y'all stuff, their lawyer gonna do that. So they could jeopardize this case. But we could talk about it all day. I'm out, y'all.